Christianity, the religion I grew up with, surrounded by a loving family on earth and the promise of an even greater love in heaven. Church was the highlight of the week for me. I was in the choir, ran Bible study, and won multiple local church competitions. It's fair to say this was starting to feel like it was my thing. After all, this was the thing of my parents and my siblings and my cousins and my friends. Like, I grew up in a very religious country. You couldn't throw a stone without hitting a church. At this point in my life, it was fine, it was good. Christianity was everything it had been made out to be, and the promises of this religion would continue to come to fruition. But if you're watching this, you've definitely guessed by now things didn't exactly go that way. I wouldn't say the train fell off the tracks, more like there were never any tracks to begin with. It was all in my head, praying to a God that was never there, believing there were dangers I could never see, but God could and would save me if I just continued to spread His seed and do His works. But where did the problem start? When did the doubts creep in? You see, everything I said about being ultra-Christian and loving it was true. But it was true before I gathered a more astute understanding of the world. I was under 18 at the time, and when you're not an adult, you think you know everything. You think you understand the world, except you don't. And you would eventually, but at that age you most certainly don't. When I turned 19, I was in college with a lot of people from all walks of life. And as someone who is very logic oriented, a lot of things weren't adding up to me. So I was told growing up, you needed Jesus to be happy and successful in life. And I grew up in a very Christian environment, so I thought that that's true, innit? But I get to college, and there are Muslims and atheists and people from everywhere who are both happy and successful. But surely that can't be right based on a scientific way of thinking, you see. If you can be a success regardless of the religion you subscribe to, then science will tell you religion is not the factor behind the success. Rather, what you'd find amongst almost all successful people are they study hard or work smart and are dedicated and passionate to what they're doing. They all tend to have that in common, not the God they pray to. So if God isn't the defining factor in success like I was told He was, what else could I have been misled to believe? And this is where the rabbit hole starts. Something seemingly so small ripped open an entire universe I didn't even know existed, and all I wanted to do was learn more and more about it. I had read the Bible for 19 years of my life, and for the first time I was finding verses I had never heard my pastor talk about in church. Verses regarding slavery, misogyny, which I was only starting to understand, rape and consent, homophobia. I started seeing things in this book which was meant to be evergreen and the guide to life that were outright disgusting. The slow turn of my belief shifting would occur over a 2-year period in which I called myself an atheist for the first time, although now my appropriate title would be an agnostic atheist. Because whilst I don't believe in the gods we have on this planet, I don't believe we can actually know if there is indeed a higher power. All I know for sure is the gods we serve on earth are not it, and are man-made. I would continue to detail my transition in more in-depth videos about several things wrong with the Bible and religion, but this is more about the fact I'm currently in the closet with my family and literally all my friends, barring 2 people, and it's hard. It's hard hiding who I am and what I believe in when I'm constantly hearing the Christian mumbo jumbo they say every day, having to attend things like prayers and devotion when the only thing I'm actually devoted to is keeping up the lie. I don't want to break my mother's heart. She wakes up early morning to pray for the family, and I just can't let her know I don't believe in this stuff anymore because it will hurt her. I stopped going to church and my cop-out was saying, oh, I attend online now, which of course I don't, but the lie is just easier than the truth. I'm currently single. I don't know if I'll ever find love, especially in the country I'm in, because everyone is so religious and superstitious and it's all nonsensical to me. I open up Instagram, I see a stunning girl, I think maybe I should shoot my shot and send a DM. And then I seen her bio, God's child, or a Bible verse, and I'm just there like, shoot me right now, man. It's hard finding love as an atheist in this country, and I'm not going to pretend to be Christian just to be with a girl. I actually had a girlfriend when my religious spiral began, and she broke up with me not long after. Of course, the excuse she used was, it's not me, it's her, and she needs to work on herself. But was that really the case though? Or did she see me doubt my religion, speak to her pastor, who then told her you have to cut him off? If you've ever been in the religious world, I think you'll find that that's something that can and does happen. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. This is my first video, guys, so please be kind. Like I said, I will have a lot more content debunking a lot of religious myths in the future. This was just to kind of give people a background on who I am, why I'm doing this, and how I've ended up here. And if I can help one religious person who is currently in the spiral that I was in, then I'd say this channel has been a success. Thank you for making it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully.